Happy New Day, Mouse Gang. I am glad you are here with us today. Don't lose yourself in the process of trying to be your best self, okay? I technically have lost myself just a tiny bit. Why? Because in order to, allow myself to edit these vlogs, which take up a lot of space, to edit in 4K, and some of them last week I accidentally exported in 1080, and that upset me. Anyway, I deleted Ableton. I deleted my sound library from Logic and put it onto my external drive, right? That's fine. But then I deleted Ableton also. Ableton Live. I deleted it from my computer, and I didn't even have the Ableton Note app on my phone. But now, oh, my stomach is growling a little. I just ate some rice cakes with peanut butter. So good. Chocolate rice cakes with peanut butter. Yum, yum, yum. This is not sponsored, but the Quaker ones are so delicious. But yes, I did, because they have little chocolate chips. But anyway, I did lose myself by deleting those apps, trying to focus on school, trying to focus on the vlog, trying to, do everything that I love. But hey, I also... Did you hear that little... It sounded like a little acid reflux, or I don't know, some shenanigans. But I gotta keep making beats, y'all. Like, I love that. That's something I'm passionate about. Do I have to give my whole day to it every day? No. But it's still part of what I love doing. So I re-downloaded it. While I did not download Ableton Live to my computer, and I'm probably going to make the space on my computer to download it again, I downloaded Ableton Note to my phone, and this will suffice because I actually love making beats on the phone. I have a philosophy about music production that kind of categorizes music producers based on what they use. No, this is not like an elitist attempt at making people seem like less or more than each other. It's actually a way that I think of music production, though. If you're a pocket producer, then you might use a smartphone. You might use like Ableton Note, Core Gadget, GarageBand, Oxy Studio. You can, record straight onto the phone, or use like the Apple wired headphones or another type of headphone with the wired mic to actually like record your audio to your phone, right? Your studio is on the go, and then there are backpack producers who your studio is in your backpack, whether that be a tablet, an iPad, a laptop, a little cassette recorder, like a 4-track tape recorder, portable studio type thing, a mini keyboard, something on the go, right? And then there are bedroom producers who you might have a guitar, a larger keyboard, you can have a little drum set or a mic setup, but you are probably going to be producing on a desktop or a laptop. And then, a studio producer, you probably have like a fancy mix console, or if not, you have like a speaker setup and like a mic setup, and you have your stuff, in a traditional studio environment. Regardless of what kind of producer you are, I think that you should have fun and be yourself. Everything is gonna like suit everyone differently, you know what I mean? There's no one way to be a music producer. You might even have like the Teenage Engineering like OP1 or a knockout little, what is it called, like a looping device, or I don't even know what it's called exactly, and you could be a backpack producer, or you could be a bedroom producer or a studio producer and just have an iPhone. I mean, you could do things the way you want, but that's just kind of like my way of seeing music production and putting it into kind of like little categories. But today I am a pocket producer because I have my phone, and that's all I need to create tracks on the go with Ableton Note. Not sponsored. I'll probably make videos talking about the other apps too. Okay, the timing is effed up, but we can fix that later. I mean, you should get it right while you're playing it, but like, we can fix it later. the mindset that you should have going into things is like, we're gonna do it right when we make the art, you know what I mean? Whether that's in a photo shoot or you're doing something music related, you want to get it right in camera when you're doing photography and like not have to rely on the retouch, or get it right when you're performing something and not have to rely on an edit later. But the truth is, with technology, we have the gift of editing things, and since I'm out and about just freeballing it, we will have to edit that later. But let's be real, what do you think is better? This? Or this? This. Just kidding. The Ableton Note app is better. Just kidding. Everything is going to be different for everyone, you know what I mean? It's whatever suits your fancy. It's whatever gets you creative, producing, feeling music. Remember, it's about playing music. It's not just about making music and making it this system that's so rigid and like having to produce something valuable. If you're having fun, that's producing a valuable feeling. Don't forget about the feeling. It's all about feeling. It's what you feel. You know, I'm just like practicing right now, just messing around with the keyboard, not really adding form or structure to what I'm doing, but I actually have to legitimately practice. And the feeling is where you find the healing, you know what I mean? Practice and, you know, get that technique right, but also have fun. Like, if you're a beginner and you feel lost or something and you're just like, I don't know where to start, like, honestly, I remember a long time ago, I was like, even if it takes me 10 years to do this, to figure out how to make a song, I'm going to persist. I'm going to keep with it. And, you know, it was much faster than 10 years for me to make a song. I started on the iPhone and the iPad, but I had an app called Oxy Studio. Ableton Note, it's more recent. I think it came out in like summer of 2022 or autumn 2022. But guys, it's about the feeling. The feeling is where you find the healing. B and C, E and F. You see, sometimes it's the little things that, like, the simple things that I don't understand. This is B and C. Just switch to E and F, Brandon. How do you do that? B, C, D, E, and then F. Wait, C, D, E, F. Okay. B and C, E and F. Oops. This might take a while for me to learn. Like, really. Okay, not to make excuses for myself, but I'm looking at the phone through the screen on the camera. Not to make excuses, but chill. Hey Mouse Gang, so yesterday we started our little Ableton Note journey. Today I'm taking a little break. I'm focusing on editing and promoting the vlog and all that stuff by making short form content. I haven't done that yet, but I did upload a new video. But y'all, part of being a music producer is knowing, and being a YouTuber or anything you do, part of being a music producer is considering when to take little breaks, mental health breaks. They don't have to be long-term breaks. Usually, you'll only need a long-term break if you've been doing the most for the longest period of time, and then you feel like burnt out or something. Take breaks here and there, drink water, stay active, stay connected with your friends, go outside, breathe in fresh air. I know that sometimes when I'm editing my videos or even with my music, sometimes I won't do those like things that are like super important. Those are essential things. My hygiene will slip, I'll hold it in when I need to pee, and then I'll end up getting a UTI or something. So I know this isn't the glamorous side of things, or you guys might not really care too much about this or think that this is going off on a tangent beyond music production, but you know, in order to be a music producer and like create things that are going to be inspired, you have to live life, go and fall in love, and you know, hopefully don't get your heart broken, but that could inspire some music too. But go fall in love, go you know, go work out, feel your best, look your best, take care of yourself. And I think when you take care of yourself, you will be rewarded with the inspiration you need for your music. And you know, sitting in front of your DAW all day, and, you know, just being at the digital audio workstation, it's like if Amazon started shipping empty packages. Like, the substance is inside of the package. It's not just the package, you know? Just because you get a song done, just because you're like doing things and like getting a product out, doesn't always mean it is coming from an inspired place. And I think with the vlog, I've been pushing myself, and I want to make sure that I always come from an inspired place. And like with music, I'm not just setting goals of like, oh, I'm gonna get this amount of songs done in a certain amount of time. No, sometimes you're gonna like finish a bunch of songs in a week or a month, and then another time you might only get like a yield of like 1 or 2 songs every once in a while, you know. But it's about balance. And I always want to come from an inspired place, and I hope you guys understand that too. Okay, that's the yield we have so far, y'all. That don't sound good, but it's okay. Today is day 3 of our little experiment with Ableton Note, and in a little bit I'm gonna go ahead and edit, because you can go ahead and edit, right? I'm gonna get in the little nitty gritty, the fine details and whatnot, might add a little instrument, and then we'll see what we have from there. Again, you want to come from an inspired place, and today me and Adji came to school, and I'm just like looking around school, and it makes me feel good, but you know, by putting a lot of pressure on myself with the vlog and whatnot, like, sorry to be so meta, like that creativity, just because it's a different form of creativity, like, and you have a different outlet somewhere else in something else, like sometimes you do just need to like relax a bit. And I think I was telling Angie, basically like a philosophy of like you get more when you do less. Like, I'm not gonna tell you guys to never make music or to not make music, but sometimes you get more when you're taking those, you know, meaningful breaks, living your life, because that's where you get your stories from, and then you make music, not just like pounding the pavement every single day and making music every single second of every day. Like, that just doesn't work, like, you know. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna be cooking up a little something. We finna fix it up a little. You know, it could be tough using Bluetooth headphones. There's latency and whatnot, but nah, you can make it work. Because when I played it, I was playing it with no headphones on, and now I'm just like, you know, fix it up on the little timeline and whatnot. We locking in, bruh. It ain't even connected. What the? We got it, we got it. We don't have to quantize everything so perfectly, but we do have to bring a little bit of order to this chaos, you know, and make it a song. Okay, this is extremely tedious. This thing, I don't even know if y'all could see it moving on screen, but the note editor, the little MIDI sequencer part, like, that's extremely tedious. Like, either you're gonna play it in or you're not, and that means either you have wired headphones or you're plugged into some type of speaker, or maybe just using the phone's speaker itself. But like, to actually do it with Bluetooth headphones, y'all, this is interesting. To be working with Bluetooth headphones, you're gonna have to settle for this method of note editing to get your timing right, or just straight up quantization, and it's interesting. It's interesting. Y'all, we can do this. We can do this.
I made some spectacular rice and beans, and I'm about to chow down, bro. But you see, when you cook up beats in the lab, bro, what type of reward are you looking from for? I mean, for from that? Because when you cook, you eat. But when you plant the seed, isn't the same day you get the plant. You know, all these things started as seeds. Your ideas are seeds. And you know what? When you cook up a beat, if you're looking for that enjoyment from the process, you get it right then and there, right? So you finna eat right then and there if you consider that the end product, the meal, you know, metaphorically speaking. You finna eat right there. You finna have fun. Now, if you're looking to be a billionaire off your music, that could take some more time, you know, and don't even get into the idea of thinking that it's all just talent. It's about who you know, because marketing is really important. Like, you know, the more people you know, the more ears you have access to. The less people you know, well, the more challenging it can be. You don't really have to know the people that listen to your music, but you guys get what I mean. You guys understand what I mean. Like, the more people that know you, or the more people, that's what's important. The people that know you, that's important. Not necessarily who you know, but the more people know of your music, the more people are going to listen to your music, right? So again, I'm finna eat this meal right now. Seeds were planted to create the rice. Those are ideas. Seeds were planted to create the beans and the green beans, peas, corn, and carrots, right? Great. And the lime. Duh, don't forget her. Those are all ideas. Those all came to fruition. Then I cook up in the lab, you know what I mean? I cook up the little meal, and it came together real good. The beats, you know, those were all ideas once upon a time. Those sounds, they were all ideas once upon a time. The sound that you're putting together, everything is so, it's pretty meta, right? You're constructing sounds with sounds that people have already made in your DAW that, you know, they created these instruments, and now you're assembling these instruments and everything, and you gotta make an inspired meal. You gotta add some spice, you know what I mean? You are here. You bring the spice. Let me add some more onion powder. Let me add some more, what is this? Smoked paprika. Y'all. The love, the kisses, the thank you God for this meal, for this wonderful meal. Amen. You know, all those things, they make the meal what it is. You make the beat what it is. Your heartache, your joy, your love, your laughter, your desire to express and connect, that makes the beat what it is, bro. Oh. It's good. Okay, now we're gonna listen to this masterpiece in one go. I couldn't add more like sections down here. You know, there's a lot of limitations on this app, but it's because it's meant to be taken like into Ableton Live on the computer. This is Ableton Note. This is the baby version of Ableton Live, and honestly, it's so awesome. Like, look at the little the filters, like the way that they look. Like, look at how cute that is. Like, how interactive and how nice that is. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? But I exported the track, and now we're gonna listen to it. Appreciate the cover art with me. Okay, let's hear the song. Okay, when aliens invade the world, we're gonna welcome them with this music. that is a hit. Okay, y'all. This is not like an official review AF. Like, honestly, I know a lot of other YouTubers can make a Billboard chart-topping hit in a matter of seconds. For me, that's not what we are trying to do today or over the past 3 days. That wasn't our goal, that wasn't our objective. The objective is to say, like, if you want to be a music producer and you have an iPhone, it could be a used iPhone, doesn't even need to be the newest one. This is the iPhone SE 2nd generation from 2020. I bought it in January of 2022. This was $249. My phone bill is like $10 a month from Tello Mobile. Just putting you on, not sponsored. It's not sponsored. But basically, y'all, this device has had the best return on investment ever. Get you a used iPhone. Get you a used iPad or something. And the Ableton Note app, I paid like $10 or less. I think it's less. And then it comes with Ableton Live Lite, which goes on your computer. I don't know how long that offer is going to be on the table, and this is not sponsored either. This is just a product that I genuinely enjoy, like the app Ableton Note, and it gets your foot in the door to produce music. And for how affordable that app is, which again, I don't know, as of the time of this recording, it could be more expensive, you know? It could be like more than what I paid, maybe $8. I'm not even sure. But y'all, this is not to focus on the price of it. This is to focus on the fact that you could be downloading GarageBand right now, Oxy Studio, Ableton Note, Core Gadget, that's a little more expensive. Cubasis, that's a little more expensive too. If you have an iPad, you could download Logic. If you want to be a music producer, there is absolutely no excuse. There's no excuse. The barrier to entry is so low. It's so low. It might be your destiny to be a music producer or a musician, or maybe that's not your destiny. But maybe it's one of those things that you can, as you go to sleep, maybe when you're 100 years old and you reflect on your life, you can think, hey, I'm a musician. If there's anything I know about myself is that I'm creative, or that I express myself in music. There's just some things that music expresses that music can express that words can't, you know? So maybe it's not your destiny, but maybe it is. And maybe I'm talking to someone who's gonna win Grammys. A Grammy doesn't mean that it's not everything. You know, you wanna connect with your audience, you wanna connect with your people, you wanna connect people to each other. And when I say connect with your people, I'm not making that a thing of like dividing people into classes or races or anything. You just wanna connect with people who are, you know, that you enjoy. You know what I mean? You could be different than them in some ways, you could be similar to them in other ways, but you wanna connect with people. I feel like music is a way to get there. I feel like, just like photography is the passport to everything, and videography and having a camera gets you so many places, I feel like music gets your soul into different places. I feel like you can explore different parts of yourself as a musician. So my grandpa would always tell me, music is in your blood. And because he was a musician, a working musician, he still does music. And then his father was also a musician, a working musician, and that's what he grew up around since he was like 5 years old. And he would do that as a job since forever. And I owe so much of my, you know, life and my inspiration to, you know, him. But what I would say is like, y'all, pick up the effing phone and don't just be scrolling all day. Make some music. Plant the seed. Save your files, save them, back them up, you know, email them to yourself on a secure email, save them in iCloud, save the project files, save the WAV files or the MP4s or MP3s or whatever the F they're called, save them and plant the seed. You don't know what you'll need that for later. You can write songs, you can work with other people, give beats to other people, or sell beats. I need a burp, sorry. You can make an impact in your community. You can make an impact in the world. You can make an impact in culture. You can you can do so many things. So for that amount of money, for like $10 or less, to get Ableton Note and then get your foot in the door with Ableton Live, Live Lite, a lot of people will make excuses. Oh, I need Ableton Suite. I need the $900 version. You can get that when you start making music. Like when you get serious about it. You know what I mean? You can get that whenever you can afford it. But don't be making an excuse and saying that you can't be a music producer unless you have that software. Ableton has free trials. Logic Pro has free trials. You can do so much. Oh my gosh, GarageBand is free. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not comparing them or anything. I'm just saying Ableton Live Lite is free. If you want to be a music producer, don't make excuses. It's not acceptable. Go and live your fullest potential as a creative, not just a musician, as a creative in general. If you struggle with copyright claims on your videos that you post with music that you don't own, you should probably invest in making your own music. I know it's easier said than done. It takes a long time, but one day you'll be dragging and dropping your music files that you made into a timeline of a video that you're making, and you won't have to worry about content ID claims. And it just feels so good to be able to do that. It takes a lot of work. It takes patience and effort. Some of y'all might just have it naturally though, but for some people it might take a lot of work. For me, it took a lot of work, but to build a media empire and to know that you own your work is so powerful. And don't just sell out real quick to the first label that wants you. Care about what you do. Put some integrity behind what you do. Okay? I hope you guys begin planting the seeds to your tremendous ideas today. Not everything is gonna be a hit song. It will feel better to know that. Because a lot of people, they work under the impression that everything they do is supposed to be perfect. No, everything you do, just try different things. Not everything you do is going to be perfect, but everything you do is going to have the chance to be something amazing if you put in the time, the effort, the love, the care, the attention, and then you pick the best. It's just like photography. I would take thousands of pictures and then pick the best, and people would be like, wow. And it's like, we didn't just take one picture, Sometimes you got lucky, but really, we would do a lot of work. And it's the same with music. You do a lot of work and then you trim down to the best, right? But y'all, build your empire. Do your best. You have one life. And you can be great. Don't disqualify yourself from being one of the greats. Do not disqualify yourself. Again, what if this is your destiny? What if this is your path? What if this is meant for you? I'm speaking to someone right now who it is meant for. This is meant for. Make music. And again, look, this app costs a little bit of money. If you don't have that money, use GarageBand. If you don't have an iPhone, I'm not excluding y'all. If you don't have an iPhone, because this app is for iPhone only from what I know, right? Try to get your hands on something that makes music if you love music. You could still write raps. You could still write songs. You could still use voice memos on another device and record your ideas. Record your ideas into voice memos. We have the greatest technology in the whole entire world that we've ever seen in the whole entire world. If you don't have an iPhone and you still have a device, or even if you have to write on pen and paper your effing ideas, even if you don't know how to write music, but you write lyrics or something, or the themes, or the type of instruments that you want, or just general ideas. If you don't know a lot, learn a lot. Learn it day by day. Take in the information. Don't lose who you are. Trust your vision. Carry that golden football with you through life and make a touchdown with who you are. Don't lose yourself. I have faith in God. I have faith in a higher power, and I believe in what goes around comes around, and I'm not going to lose myself. Don't lose yourself in the pursuit of greatness. People lose themselves in the pursuit of greatness. Do not do that. That's terrible. You gotta know who you are. If you like music that sounds like puppies dancing in grass, jumping around in grass, then make music like that. Don't try to fit in. Try to make music that like it doesn't align with your values, or try to make popular music and you really want to make like, I don't know, some niche type of hip hop, or maybe some R&B, and maybe the type of music you like it's not popular, but it's what you like. Do what you like. Okay? Talk to you later, Mouse King. Be safe and happy music making.